places where we can monetize what it is that we do. 3 places, I think, in our whole relationship process with our customers. Engagement, deployment, support. Now, we're pretty good at deployment and support. We monetize deployment pretty much, and we monetize support on an okay basis. And now support, I suggest we do a service level agreement. That's not in the scope of this session. We'll do that another time. Okay? So we're going to focus really on deployment. But I do want to say this about engagement. There's no reason why we can't monetize engagement. In fact, many partners have been trending toward this over time. I'm a firm believer in, and you know, I'm not doing this, by the way, just because I want to take advantage of the customer. I'm doing this because I think it's in the best interest of the customer. Mahankal has a great definition of sales, and he says it's to assist a customer in making the right decision. Sales process is about enabling good decisions. And true or false, let me throw a speculation out for those of you in this room. A customer who comes to the conclusion that no, they should not implement a new solution, that is of equal or more value to a customer who decides to move forward with a solution. Yeah, for that particular customer, there's an extreme amount of value in a no decision, yes? For them? So there should be some component of a way to monetize that, and we do that through selling our consulting and not selling our product. For you guys, the focus has to be, and I'm work for Sage, the focus has to be not the sale of software per se, but the engagement of the customer in a consulting arrangement. I personally believe that if you do this way, you'll end up selling more software in the end. Yes?
I was just going to say, you're suggesting that there's only 2 options. Either they're going to choose not to implement or they're going to choose to implement. And the third option is they're going to choose to implement with someone other than you.
I'll address competition. I promise to address competition. I need to keep it a little bit narrow focus now.
Right.
But even more importantly, so that's the first thing. So this engagement, deployment, support. You get the flow there. So there's 3 places to monetize this. The next thing though is this ABC stuff, starting with A on the bottom on the way up. I think it's critically important to try to give our customers options. This is amazing to me. If you look anywhere, what you see is option-based pricing. Tall, Rondi, Venti. Priority overnight, standard overnight, 2-day. You'll see at least 3 options. Great pricers understand that we need to offer at least 3 different options to potential customers. Look at the iPod, right? Shuffle, nano, full iPod. And they continue to, and there's even flavors inside that, but it's always at least 3 options. There's a famous story about Wendy's, who had on their menu, they had just a single burger and a double burger. And they weren't selling many double burgers. So somebody had the bright idea, so they added the triple burger to the menu. And the reason why they weren't selling any doubles is because you walk in and you go, oh, I don't want to be a pig. I'll just have the single. Well, they added the triple burger to the menu, and sales of the double burger skyrocketed. Because people would walk in and go, I don't want to be a pig, I want to have the triple. I'll just have the double. It's called the flanking product. Now, Wendy's, to this day, does not sell many triple burgers. But that's not the purpose of the triple burger on the menu to actually sell it. The purpose on the menu is to create this what's called a flanking product to make the double burger more attractive. Now, your cell phone company would absolutely kill to have what we have, which is to have a one-on-one conversation with every single one of our prospects. We have a one-on-one conversation with every single one of our prospects, and what we can then do is design 3 or more options for those prospects. And that's really the key, and we haven't been doing it for years. We haven't taken advantage of the most important thing, and that is that we get intelligence directly from this customer about what is it they want. And then we send them a proposal, and it looks a lot like this. Here's the software, and then there's the range of hours, right? Training or installation, 8 to 12, training, 36 to 50. Of course, what does the customer think it's going to be? The low. What do you think it's going to be? The high, plus 10% for change requests. So we're already creating this adversarial relationship with the customer from the very beginning. And what we want to do is create more choice, more options for them. So that's one of the things that I'm going to strongly suggest, and that's what we'll work on. We get through the material. I want to maybe do a little workshop here where you create a proposal. I want you to think about how you would create options. There's always ways to create options. You can do it based on time. When do we need this to be done by? September, November, January? For the same price, for the same service, but just based on different go-live dates, a different price. That's totally acceptable. Most of you flew here on airlines who price exactly that way. In fact, if you go to Southwest Airlines and you pick a flight, a particular flight, you get 7 prices for the same flight. Based on what your level of service, whether you want it refundable or not, or all of these other things. Web fare, they have all these restrictions based on it. You pick. And most of that is because of pricing strategy. And we have not used pricing as a strategy at all in our organizations. We have this ability to use pricing strategically. We just do it tactically. It's all about the tactics.